Name 3 countries besides the USA.
Africa, Antarctica, Europe. Name 1 continent.
Greenland.
Greenland?
I don't know what it is.
I'm so sorry. I feel like such an idiot.
What is the capital of the USA?
That's a trick question. Is it not? Wait.
I don't.
What do you think it is?
There's a capital of the whole USA?
Give me 3 countries in Africa. No, you got this though.
What the hell? And I'm a teacher.
Oh, Chim.
Give me 3 countries in Africa.
Oh, hell no. I don't know.
You got this.
3 countries in Africa? Oh my God. Oh my God. What the hell? And I'm a teacher.
You shouldn't have said that. Now that's going to be on there.
What grade do you teach?
It's been a long. I'm not even telling you what grade I teach now.
Let's do this. What continent are we in at the moment? No, you got this though. What continent are we in? What continent is America in?
I got a lot going on. Listen,
What
I didn't have a
continent
long
are we
day. She
in?
just laughing.
What continent are we in?
There's not a.
This is bad. This one's out.
So we don't have the capacity.
This is horrible. Start over.
Yeah. Edana.
Name a country in Asia.
In Asia?
Yeah.
Asia.
What?
Asia.
Asia?
Asia's in Asia.
What do you mean Asia's in Asia?
Isn't Asia like a country?
Asia's a country?
Yeah. Can you stop? You're scaring me.
It's a continent.
Asia's not a continent.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Alright, what continent is Asia in then?
I don't know. Africa? China.
Oh yeah, it's in China. Yeah, correct. Well done.
Asia's in China.
Yep. Well done. Okay, here's another one. Name a country in South America.
California.
Are you taking the piss or are you actually being serious?
No, I'm serious. Though California's in East, right? East America.
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
What's something that pisses you off about Americans? Alright, this gonna come across as rude, innit? But I'm gonna keep it a stack. Alright, bet. Like, what do they teach you at school? Because I be seeing bare videos on the internet. Like, do you guys do geography? Do you actually know what geography is? Yes, bro. What's the capital of France? Paris. Keep it coming. What's the capital of Germany? Berlin. What's the capital of Kazakhstan? I mean, these Americans, they just don't know nothing.
I lost.
The slander for Americans and the whole geography thing has got to stop.
I agree 1000%. I can't stand seeing those dumb street interviews talking about, oh, you're American? Can you name 6 countries in Asia? Stop it. Are there ignorant Americans? Yes. And if you're one of those Americans that believe stuff like Iran is an Olympic sport, you belong in a zoo. But to slander us because we can't point out Yugoslavia on a map, we have states that are bigger than your countries. Have you been to Texas? Driving from one end to the other takes 12 hours. You know what 12 hours of driving gets you in Europe? Paris to Poland. Get the Ferdinand Magellan out of my face. We have basically a continent's worth of geography to worry about. So excuse me if I don't know what the capital of Sokovia is. Americans aren't cultured because they're not exposed to different countries. Some of y'all are only cultured because of convenience. You look out your window and there's 7 countries in your backyard. If New York City was in Europe, all 5 of those boroughs would be 5 different countries. And boom, just like that, New Yorkers would sound just as cultured as everybody else.
What'd you do for the weekend? I took the ferry to the Isle of Stetson. Have you ever been? No, but I do love to spend holiday in Brooklyn. The pizza is absolutely to die for. To die for, you said? Well, you haven't lived until you've tasted the cuisine of Queen. It's literally exquisite.
So just in case you missed this video, actually, the videos that you have just seen, they are old videos like 2 or 3 years ago. Now, the funny thing that I'm keep wondering is how Americans are, what do I say? Because how can are you being taught like geography in America or something? Because I wonder, people in America don't know the location, the countries in the world. Like, you can imagine, like, do you have a geography subject in America? That's the question that I'm asking you as Americans, guys over there. I want you guys to tell me, because it's like they are not prioritizing geography in America, because we live in America and you think that the world is just America. Like there's nowhere else in the world. Like the world doesn't exist in any other places, only in America. That's some of people who have been, you have just seen in these interviews being asked about America, about other countries in the world, and their response is so crazy. Even right now in 21st century, I wonder someone being asked to name any countries in Africa. They are like, what? Africa is a country. They are like, Africa is a country. Like, really? 21st century. So that's weird. That's crazy. And I want you guys to tell me in the comment section. Do you guys, if you're American actually, I want you to kindly let me know in the comment section. Do you guys are you guys being taught English, geography? Are you guys taught geography in your studies? Because I wonder, because you can hear someone say, name one country in Asia, and they're like, Asia is Asia, and there's no country, Asia is just Asia. What about the continent? Asia is a continent, okay? Like Africa is a continent. It has over 54 countries, yeah? And we have got another continent, which is Australia, Australia is a continent and it's a country. And that's the only exception. But these are the other, which are Europe. Europe it has some more many countries that you guys, you know, Germany, France, Italy, Romania, all those are countries in Europe. But some people are so funny, they don't understand these things. Guys, let me know in the comment section. And remember, this video is for entertainment and educational purposes, for you guys to understand and know the world, how the world is and how the countries of the world, because some people don't know, okay? So this video that you're seeing here, guys, they belong to the original creators, and credits deserves the original creators of this video that you're seeing. So let's begin the video and let's see how how Americans are guessing the countries in the world. Watch this, guys.
I don't know what's wrong with the Americans and their knowledge about countries in the world. We've all seen those videos where Americans are asked to point out a country on the map and they say that France is in the US. And so every time I saw videos like this, I was like, ain't no way, that's not possible. Until I've met Americans like this myself. So I was working in a top luxury hotel in Singapore, 5 stars. Usually people who stay in those kinds of hotels are experienced travelers because they have money to travel around the world and get to know different cultures. So I wasn't expecting to hear anything like this from the guests. This couple was American. I have totally nothing against their personality. They were very sweet and nice people, but they said something that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. So they were like, we didn't even know that you guys have electricity here. Come on. I actually thought that all the people from developed countries know that Singapore is also a highly developed country. It's not just about a dumb question if Singapore has electricity or not, but it's more like about you have internet and you have your damn phone and you can check on any country of this world, you can check on any information. You're not using this opportunity. My grandma didn't have such an opportunity to just travel anywhere virtually and see what the life is like outside of her country, or even my mom until she was like 20. We all have this, and people are not even interested in checking on a country where they are traveling. Why?
The slander for Americans and the whole geography thing has got to stop.
When I was living in Europe, this was one of my main gripes with them, besides the like blatant yet passive racism. They really love to dangle like their cultural awareness in front of your face, especially as a Black American, right? Because if for some reason it seems like that's what they feel they have over you, and it's like, y'all are not culturally aware. You're culturally colonizers, and that's a big fucking difference. Culturally and historically, you have a tendency of going into other cultures and taking shit. And then sharing the shit you took, or the territories that you fucking conquered, or the languages that you obliterated amongst each other. Everyone knowing about English culture, and French, and German, and Spanish, and Portuguese, and the Dutch, and Belgium. That's not cultural awareness and competency. That's like a colonizer camaraderie, okay? Fucking relax. Like, y'all had territories around the world. Some of you still have territories around the world. That's not like cultural awareness. We're just so culturally, no, it isn't. You're cultural menaces to society. And the fact that they feel like, oh, everyone needs to know everything about Europe, it's just proof of that. It's proof that you guys are culturally aware. I don't know. I'm just never listening as a Black American. Never listening to a European about what I need to be culturally aware about. Never. Give the artifacts back to these countries, and then we can discuss. Oh, and another thing, when y'all be dragging white Americans, like me as a Black American, I can drag them. Okay, these are my problems. You as white European dragging white Americans, crazy. Crazy, considering they're like your family. These are your cousins, okay? Where do you think they got their attitude from?
Speaking of going to an international school, do yourself a favor and brush up on your geography. The dumb American stereotype follows you everywhere. I have never had my intelligence questioned and insulted as much as when I'm in my international school. I go to school in IE out here in Madrid, and people are literally from everywhere. And I don't just mean everywhere in Europe, I mean literally everywhere. Want to guess the first question I was asked upon opening my mouth? I'm from Latvia, do you know where that is? I came here from Saudi, have you heard of it? One girl looked me dead in the eyes and said, I'm from Paraguay. You know, South America? Thanks, honey, I know where South America is. I do have South American friends, thank you. I had one girl tell me that she's from Bulgaria, asked me if I knew where it was. I believe the exact word she used were, can you put it on a map? Because she didn't think I could put it on a map. And just because I don't know where it is on the map isn't the problem here. The problem is that she assumed I didn't know. I know it's in Europe. I don't know it's near Greece. I've never been there. You're not there. Why should I care where it is if it's not good enough to stay? I don't know. I digress, but you do get the message. I get it. The US is big, but if you are leaving, just please take this as your sign. Learn the surrounding countries of wherever it is that you're moving to, because these kids do not play around. And as a starter pack to help you out, Paraguay is in South America.
Why are Americans so bad at geography? So National Geographic hosted this poll like many years ago, and they found that they polled between 18 to 24-year-olds around the world on geographic literacy. And in the top like three was, number one was Sweden, and then Italy and Germany. And at the very bottom, second to last, was the United States. My theory is, number one, we don't spend a lot of time on geography in schools. At the national and state level in the United States, there is not a whole lot of emphasis on geography. It's not really tested. The emphasis is typically on math and science, and geography doesn't matter. And even if you are taking geography, it's usually tied to like a social studies class that you take when you're 11 years old, and then you never talk about it again. If you went to school in a state like Texas, you're also going to be focused more on like the geography of Texas than you are anything outside of the state and anything outside of the United States. Another theory I have is that most people in the United States don't have the same luxury of being able to travel outside the country that other people do in Europe, for example. I'm not surprised that 3 European countries were topping the charts of this National Geographic poll. These 18 to 24-year-olds had spent much more time traveling outside their country than those that were polled in the United States, and that's not a huge shock, right? It's very difficult to look at a map with interest if you're not doing a whole lot of travel. And I think that's also leads to a sense of sort of American ego, centering America and the United States at all of your sort of worldviews and perspectives, because you haven't had those physical experiences of being with people who are very different than you, who don't speak the language, who have lived a very different life. I think geographic literacy is so important and impacts our political views in the US, and I'd be really interested if anyone has the data on how many people who have voted Democrat and identify as sort of supporting the Democratic parties versus, you know, the Republican parties. How many of those people have spent time living abroad or traveling outside of the United States for extended periods of time, and like where they're traveling to? I think that would be really interesting. Because I think those physical experiences and multicultural experiences and exposure to things that are different than what you know, you end up coming back with a different perspective on what's important and how other people are prioritizing values and what's important versus what you know in the US.
Serious question. Why don't Americans know basic geography of the US or the world or anywhere? I'm going to show you samples of what I see. My best story is at the end, but y'all, it's not a Gen Z thing. This has been true for 15, 20 years that I've been teaching. Why? I don't even ask all the states. Some states, maybe 10, 12 cities, and a few like 2 mountain ranges and 2 rivers. Apparently, Charleston and New Orleans are states. What is it with Ohio? Look where they put Arizona. I don't know what people have against Ohio. But, yeah, look where they put New York State. Can I tell you? Every single quarter, somebody puts New Mexico in the country of Mexico. And I have to say, New Mexico is in the United States. This is the country. I'm really sorry, Ohio. I don't know what to tell you. Again, cities as states. Kentucky and Missouri on the border of Canada. Where to even begin? Look where they put South Carolina. Look where they put the Rio Grande. New Orleans is right here, right? This is Louisiana. There's New Orleans. I had a student put the dot for New Orleans out in the ocean. Out here. I'm like, why is New Orleans out in the water? And nobody can find Washington, D.C. That's our capital, Washington, D.C. I swear, at an average class, 30 students, not one can put the dot on the map for Washington, D.C. Do you think you can? Part 2 is going to be a basic map quiz. Do you think you can find things? But here's my best story. Y'all, this is a true story. It was the day of the final exams, and so there was this chick's last chance to take it. So I got a blank map, and I'm handwriting the places in, and I'm like, you know, whatever, last one, whatever, easy. We're in Georgia. Oh, throw her an easy one. Alabama. That's easy, right? So she's filling it out, and she finishes, and I go to grade, and I'm like grading, right, wrong, right, and I'm looking, I'm like, did you forget to add Alabama? And she points to a dot on the map. Dots are for cities. She put a dot in Georgia. And I said, Alabama's a state. And she said, dead ass, she said, oh yeah, and I was born in Alabama.
The other day I told somebody I was from Trinidad and they said, is that near Iraq? It sounds like it's near Iraq. And I was like, no, it's in the Caribbean. But you know what? I think it's like more lore to claim that Trinidad's like near Iraq. So I hate to break it to you, all the Trinidadian people, we are now Middle Eastern Arab. Okay, assalamu alaikum, fall in line. Thank you.
Us Americans are some of the most geographically clueless people on the planet. And it's because we grow up thinking that we are the center of the universe, like as if the rest of the world is just background noise. Ask your average American to name 3 countries in Southeast Asia. You're gonna get silence. You show them a world map and all of a sudden nobody's a geography person. But it's a lot deeper than that. It's systemic. Because the school system doesn't teach us about other cultures. It programs us to believe that we don't even need to. And that everywhere else is dangerous, dirty, and underdeveloped. That if you leave the US, you're somehow downgrading. But here's what they won't tell you. Outside of the US, life is a lot more fulfilling. In the Philippines, strangers become family. In Thailand, food is an art form. And in Vietnam, people laugh loud and live cheap. And then you start to realize the world isn't so dangerous. It's actually beautiful. And while Americans work 60-hour weeks for rent that they can't even afford, other people are living full lives at the fraction of the cost, with less anxiety, less debt, and more freedom. But Americans don't know that because they've been conditioned not to look past their own borders. You can't understand the world if you never leave your bubble. And you can't grow if you already think your country's better at everything. America is not the world, and the moment you realize that is when your education begins.
Why is it when you meet an American in another country and you ask where they're from, they will never say the United States or America, but instead they will always say either the state they're from or the city? When I'm overseas and somebody asks me where I'm from, I'll say Australia, the country I'm from. And then I'll say Sydney if they ask. When I was in Spain, I asked this woman where she's from, and she says, I'm from California. And I know California is very largely recognized on a world scale, but just say America.
Hey, big dog, I'm going to give you 2 actual answers here from somebody who lives in America but has also lived abroad multiple times. Let's take California, for example. The size of California is the size of Italy. That's the same thing as saying I'm from Italy. The size of Texas is the size of Spain and Portugal combined. Even the state of Washington, which is where I live, is Hungary and Slovakia combined. When we give you states, we are giving you something that is the landmass size of one or more countries. Like me being from Seattle is like me saying that I'm from Budapest if I'm from Hungary. Second, culturally, each state is basically a different country. So for example, you said that the person that you met in Spain said she was from California. Somebody from California is so drastically different than somebody who's from Texas or somebody who's from Minnesota or somebody who's from New York. All of those cultures are so different from each other. They need to tell you what they are from culturally, not just where they are from geographically. I cannot imagine, I've not been to Australia, but I cannot imagine that the Australian cultures are as drastically different as the ones in the US. So you saying you're from Australia is fine. A lot of Australians are probably very similar. In America, anybody from North Carolina is going to be drastically different from somebody from Oregon. Anybody from Washington is going to be very drastically different from somebody from Hawaii. I don't know. I think if people do not understand the concept of the United States generally, it's going to be very hard to grasp why we talk about our geography the way we do on a global scale.
So much has been said. You have just seen it all. To me, it's just to ask you guys, do you still believe that there are so many countries in the world? Okay? Or do you still believe that Africa is a country because it's funny? Yeah? So if you have learned something new today, guys, kindly let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to read your comments, and I'll be able to kindly subscribe to this amazing channel, because I know we always have new subscribers each and every day, and that's how we do it here, guys. We grow day by day. And let me know what you think about this video, guys, and also give this video a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching until this particular point. I'll be ending this video here by saying thank you. Stay tuned. We have another video which will be coming on later on. See you guys until next time. Stay safe. Peace. One love, guys. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.